All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? We're back. We're playing more Yakuza 2. Should be, I believe, and I know I keep saying it, wrapping up all the hostess stuff. Granted, I think everyone loves this stuff. So I don't think most people have been bothered by the last, like, 3 Yakuza streams being pretty much just this. People seem to really enjoy me being forced to read out loud all of the Hostess Club dialogue in the Yakuza games. I don't know why. I don't know why. My camera. Wow. What's happening? Why am I so bright? What is happening? I can't... My settings are normal. I'm glowing. I don't know. I can just darken it. Is it because of that? Oh, what the fuck? Looks dim in here now, maybe? No? I put it, well, a little. You've been blessed. Bro, I don't know what just happened. I just flipped over and all of a sudden I'm like beaming with light. That was crazy. That was unexpected. Nothing like the Marietta music to welcome us back. I'm assuming I was on my way out of Marietta. I probably started a shift and was just leaving. Okay. Completion. Hostesses. It's been a minute. We're currently in the middle of doing the final hostess at Shine. Maiko. I don't even remember if it was going well or not, to be honest. It's been... Has it been that long? It's been maybe like a week since I last played. I don't feel like it has been that long, but then I also kind of feel like it has. Video is finally out, yes. The Yakuza 7 video is out. As of today. Big hitch. It's been 8 days. Okay, a week. Welcome back, Swinger of Dojima. Mikkel already screenshotted me. Son of a bitch. I was expecting like a 6, the way you talked about it. Didn't feel like you wanted to give it an 8. I wouldn't have personally given it an 8. That's for sure. It's not a score that reflects my personal enjoyment. Especially after that last third of the game. What the fuck? Like, difficulty and progression-wise, just what the fuck? Anyway, she's been waiting for me, boys. She's been waiting for 8 days. You look nice again today. You've got kind of a bad boy thing going on. Is that a good thing? On you it is. You look so cool. Oh, for a second, you have a great sense of style. She is resistant to my charm. She only got half a heart from all of my bracelets and such. Oh no. Oh no, she resists. You have Kazi. Oh, I suddenly remember you.
Hi.
How'd you feel about the Kiryu theme? I wasn't big on the Kiryu theme, aside from the part where they just went like pure acoustic. That part was really good. It literally gives you each grinding dungeon right before both level spikes, which I find really funny. It literally does give you both of them like right as it spikes the difficulty. So it's, again, it's not like they didn't know. Like it feels like they did it on purpose, which is just so weird to me. Thoughts on the English dub? I did not like it. I played with it for all of like 5 minutes and then I turned it off. I turned it back to Japanese after the intro cutscene. So not many thoughts, but I was not a fan. Hey Kazi, if I were an animal, what do you think I would be? An animal. When I was little, I always stuck close to my parents, so they said I was like a dog. I don't know what, a piglet seems not right. Definitely a puppy. Puppy? Oh, I don't, sure. Really? But I don't really want to be like a puppy. Why not? Well, puppies are always using their eyes to beg and stuff. It's like they're so calculating. Think so? Okay. Saw you were level 37 during the Majima Saejima fight. Bro, it was, and I was doing side content, and like legitimately, before I got into that building, that was the same level the enemies were at. And then it jumps like 15 levels. I was shocked. It was like, what were they thinking? I genuinely don't know what they were thinking. It's like I said in the video, like, I don't know if it was intentional in terms of like they wanted to have some grinding in there to be more like classic JRPGs, or if it was just like, oh fuck, this game needs to be longer, it's not long enough. Like, I genuinely don't know what the intention was with it. I don't know why it's there. I have no idea why it's there. Did you not like Watase being voiced by Woods? I never heard him in English. I started paragliding. It's sort of like a parachute. That sounds dangerous. I know, but I've always wanted to do it. You jump into the air and it swooshes you up and you float away. It does sound fun. Yeah, it's really fun. When you're flying, you forget everything and it feels so natural. It sounds liberating. Yeah, exactly. It's great. Okay, that's positive. I want to try doing it with you. I'll think about it. Please tell me you listen to Daryl. I've heard Daryl's scenes before. Yeah, I have heard the Daryl bits. I live alone, and sometimes it gets pretty lonely. I'm thinking of getting a cat. Where does your family live? In Tokyo. Why don't you live with your family then? No, I can't. Oh. Jesus Christ, I don't like this one. Kiryu, why do you have to guess? Why can't you just ask her? Oh, why? Why do you have to take a guess? Fuck, man. I feel like it... None of them are good. They're fine with my work. My dad doesn't know what I do, but my mom supports me. Then what? Well, when I'm home, it brings back a lot of memories. I love to listen to music, but I love singing even more. Do you like to sing? Singing, huh? Yeah, like, do you go to karaoke or sing in the shower or anything? I'm not a good singer. That's too bad. It's such a waste. You've got a nice voice. Son of a bitch. The last time something about him singing came up, I said he sings karaoke, and it was also a negative option there. They were like, oh, that doesn't seem like you at all. No. Son of a bitch. Not nice enough to sing in front of people. You're so bashful. I'll give you a crash course in karaoke. Once you get used to it, you'll have more fun. I'll think about it. You don't seem very excited, but if you're ever in the mood, let me know. I will. This is the final boss of Hostesses or some shit? No. There are more in Sotenbori after this. Game doesn't explain how it works. I could not find the clip of it. Granted, I had like multiple hours of Tendo fights in my footage. I could not find the clip of it. But I did have a clip where I was Peerless resolved in the Tendo fight. And he came up and threw it at Ichiban. Ichiban tanks it, remains 1 HP because of Peerless. And then he just did like a basic attack right after and killed him. The Tendo is some fucking horse shit. That is such a stupid fight. Like, even if you do the gimmick, it doesn't really matter. He still just kills you. If he decides to, he does. Such a stupid fight. I think the most times I saw him move in a row was 4, which is insane. Because I think it seemed like the turn order was based on the agility stats. Does perfect guard make it not a one-shot? No, you can't guard it. Never faced an issue. You must have gotten lucky with Tendo then, because I swear my RNG was awful. He went after Ichiban every time, like right at the end of the fight. He would let me fight him for like 20 minutes and then go one-shot Ichiban. Or one-shot and then just follow up to make sure he's dead if you use the Peerless resolve. It was... I must have either gotten super unlucky or you got super lucky. One or the other. I don't know which. But that fight fucking sucked. What do you think of the food we serve here? It's not bad. It's pretty good, right? But isn't the selection kind of limited? Well... there isn't much of a selection. I'm just gonna... Right? If you came every day, I think you'd get really sick of it. At home, I make all kinds of different things. You'd be a good person to live with. Ha! You're such a flatterer, Kazi. I'm just being honest. Aw, next time I'll bring you some of my homemade snacks. I look forward to it. Right, you guys can ask false. I texted her before she streamed one night saying that I was finishing the game. Like that night. I was like, yeah, I'm right at the end. I'm going to finish it tonight. Because I had gotten myself up to being ready to do Millennium Tower. So I was like, yep. Once I sit back down after dinner, I'm going to finish the game. And then we talked after her stream. And I was like, okay, so by the way, I didn't finish the game. Because I fought that boss, the final boss, for like 2 hours. And he has a one-shot attack. And after like 2 hours of it, I rage quit. The game like genuinely got me so heated. It's because the fight is so long. It's because the fight genuinely takes like 20 plus minutes to fight through, right? And then near the end of it, he whips out this attack that just instantly resets you. And I genuinely, and it's so like, you guys have been here on stream. I don't do this, but I genuinely got to the point where I was like, this game is actually just fucking with me and intentionally wasting my time. I'm done. I'll come back to it in the morning. And I got off of it. That shit pissed me off so much. Psycho had idol, Adachi was enforcer, and Nanba was his regular homeless job. Bro, that was the way. Genuinely, like, the job system, I messed around with it early on and I thought it was so fun. But then after a bit, I was like, bro, everyone just kind of has like one job that they're the best in. And half the time it's just their default job. It's seriously, like, I wanted the job system to be more fun, and I bet in a 100% where I need to like max everything anyway, it probably is more fun. But like, for just one playthrough where I'm not intentionally putting in the time to max everything out, it felt like I was wasting time messing around with the jobs. Because everyone just had one that was so clearly the best one. And I didn't have Psycho on idle past like the halfway point of the game. Literally only because I had Eri on idle, because Eri is even better with it. And I just wanted a little more variety. Like, I didn't want both of them on it. And after messing around with other stuff for Psycho, like, genuinely, none of her jobs are very good. Like, none of the other female jobs are good. And then, what's it? Her default job isn't that good. It deals solid damage, but, like, not great damage. So it was weird. It was really weird. Switched Ichiban to Foreman once. I did. I did have the sledgehammer walls thing. But, yes. She's not that great, period. She's really not. Like, even on idle, she's good just because being able to heal your whole party to full health is good. But the other female party member is just better in that job because her agility is higher, so she gets to take turns more frequently. And her MP was higher, so she gets more healing, like, without needing to use an item or something to replenish it. And with her MP pool being higher because it's percentage based, what's it? Like, when you do the normal attack and they get some MP back, that MP that they get is percentage based. So with her having a higher MP pool, she also replenishes MP faster than Psycho. So, like, legitimately just all around, she's better in that job than her. And that was like the only job that she was good in. So she kind of felt pointless for like the second half of the game combat wise. I used her a good bit trying to be like, okay, as I level her up, surely she gets better skills and stuff that make her job like good. And it just never happened. Joe kind of sucks. His default job is like only physical attacks. Yeah, but the damage on those attacks is so fucking crazy. Like, he doesn't get elemental stuff, so he doesn't like play well into weaknesses, but he still hits harder than anyone who's not actively exploiting weaknesses. He's pretty fucking great in his default job. I don't know, maybe it's just one of those things where you have to level him up enough, and I just leveled him up enough because I was trying everyone out while I was playing. I don't know, but he was great. Yeah, Han Jungi has some really good shit too. The default party is the best one. I would agree with that, aside from Psycho, who I would swap in. Like, if you wanted the optimal party, I would say it's like Ichiban Hero, Nanba Homeless Guy, Adachi Enforcer, and then probably Eri on Idol is, like, in my experience, likely the optimal party, in air quotes. Jungi's default job is broken as fuck. I had him on host. This is a great reason, by the way. If anyone noticed in my video that I had him on host like all the way through the end of the game, I had him on host because his English is so fucking funny. Like, I've messed around with him being host a little bit, and just him saying shit like, happy birthday, and then smacking someone with a cake was genuinely cracking me up so much I could not set him back. I could not bring myself to change him off of it. I couldn't. It was literally the reason that I had him host the whole rest of the game. Was because he was so fucking funny. I could not bring myself to change it. And I showed False some of that footage too, and she was also dying. It's so, I'm telling you, you have to play Han Jungi on hosts. It's so fucking funny. Anyway, hey, listen. So remember how I'm learning how to paraglide? Well, if I do good on my next flight, they say I'll get my technical license. Is that right? It's like a license for paragliding. There are different kinds, but with it, you can paraglide in other countries too. Can you speak English? English? Yeah, well, you need to speak English, don't you? You should learn English too. Yeah, maybe. Damn it, I thought... You're so positive, Kazi. I'll become fluent in English and maybe I'll marry a foreigner. Good luck with that. Did you try the dub? I did at the start. I turned it off after like the opening cutscene because it sucked. And at this point, I'm not even mentioning it in the videos because I just sound like a broken record every game being like, the English dub kind of sucks and the Japanese cast is so exceptional. I have no idea why you would use the dub. I think I said that in my judgment video, didn't I? That like at this point, I don't even want to keep saying it in the videos because I feel like I'm saying the same thing every time. Because it keeps being the same thing. Head trauma is the name of his broken ass move. Yeah, I never got that. I'm not very good at a lot of things, but I'm a pretty awesome baker. I make cookies and apple pies. Even cream puffs. I can make a mean puff. You're really into it, aren't you? Yeah, my grandma taught me when I was little. I was so, like, I was looking at the first two, I didn't even spot this one. I'll bet you're pretty good. Want to try something? For you, I'd make anything. You name it. Maybe something not too sweet. Hi. Okay, I'll make you the best non-sweet sweets ever. Look forward to it. Can't wait. She's so hard to read, man, because like, I try to just go with what she's saying, and half the time it works, and then half the time it doesn't. She's not consistent with it, is kind of the issue. Whereas the hostesses that we end up flying through are the ones where like one approach ends up pretty much working the whole way. Is one of the starter moves? That doesn't sound right. Hold on. Did I really not use him like that much? Hold on. I used this resource while like checking things for writing the script. Oh wait, do they not have his? Oh, I got it. They do have his. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait, head trauma is... You guys are certain it's head trauma? It's literally, he has it at rank 1 on Hitman. Like, literally, he just has it by default. Yes, I must have never used it and then swapped off of the job and it disappeared from the list because I wasn't on the job. Because I don't recall that at all. And no, she probably didn't say apple pie. I would be willing to bet. I've been getting into Japanese country music. You seem too young for that. I wonder sometimes. Before I thought it sucked because it was so outdated. Maybe I like it because I'm so sensitive or because the lyrics are so sad. Do you like Japanese country music, Kazi? It's the heart of the Japanese people. So you like it too. The crooners. They're in my blood. I don't get this reference. Crooners? You mean the men? I'm not really into that. I only listen to women singers. But it's a man's genre. Oh no. Oh. Bro. How can you... Oh. What's that supposed to mean? Don't be a chauvinist. It's a word I never hear. That was a straight Kiryu fumble right there. That was absolutely a Kiryu fumble. Chauvinist. See, never hear that word. I was like, chauvin? Chauvin. No bumpkin knows what a chauvinist is. She's from Tokyo. She just likes country music, apparently. Do I need... Oh! Wow. Yes. I do need flowers. Good thing I looked. They completely removed it from Infinite Wealth because it's that broken. I mean, couldn't they have just, like, made it a higher level skill and then... Like, you don't literally get it at level 1. And also just raised the MP cost, but kept it. Oh, also update on, what's it? I was talking recently about how, like, I've been messing around in Unity again, and, like, it's fun because it's so plug and play, but I'm having issues because I haven't coded in a C language in, like, 6 years. So I've kind of forgotten how to write C script. Yeah, here's the fun update on that. I tried to move all of the functionality of a system that I had made that was in just one script initially into a state machine. Anyone, if you know how to code, you're gonna understand this. If you don't, I'm sorry. What are you doing now? You're reading my mail? My mail of... 'Cause right? I am a robot now. Oh, she's one of those. Sorry, I tried to move all of that script into a state machine, and I totally borked the whole fucking thing. Completely destroyed the entire... Like, it doesn't work. I fucked it. I massively fucked it. The whole game doesn't work. Unity won't even let you run the game if you have compilation errors in your script, which I totally forgot that was a thing. So the whole game is fucked now that I was working on. The whole thing destroyed by me trying to move it to a state machine. And I'm just sitting here, like, trying to fix it, staring at the code. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong? Because even the output log is not helping me much. I'll be real. I might actually try to put it through AI. I'm not gonna lie. I might try to vibe code it. Told you that code looked problematic? That code was the code that worked. It's when I tried to split it into like 10 separate scripts for a state machine that it all fell apart. That was maybe a bad move. State machine, Unity, what? Yeah, do you not know how to make a state machine in C#? You basically just make a state class and then make another class that's the state machine that like dictates it. And then you put each state into its own separate class and you just call those classes so that you can have like this really neat scalable machine rather than one giant script of spaghetti code. Clearly you don't either since it broke. Look, I'm missing something, but I remember the fundamentals, all right? I'm clearly missing something, but the fundamentals are there. Damn it. But yeah, I broke the fucking thing. It's fucked up. I don't think I can even buy anything, so I guess we're probably just checking in on the girls, right? Sofas are good. Oh, we've already purchased every sofa. Yeah, sofas are really good. The tables were good too. The chandelier, I believe I was gonna try to get better. That's probably what I'm saving for next. It sucks, but it works, and I hate it. I love a state machine. Like, for scalability and organization, it's so nice. It's so nice. But, yeah, I fucked it up. I fucked up that implementation for sure. If you pause during the game and do changes, it breaks the delegate. You do use delegates? Fuck no, I don't use delegates. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. It could be the issue. But no, I don't use delegates. For fuck's sake, she didn't take the compliment. It was going so well, and then these two just had to fuck it up. Mayu was next. The in-game Unity state machine? No, I made a state machine class of its own. And then that class is, I made a bunch of children of that class so that they inherit everything from the state machine that are the individual states. And whenever something in like the battle system needs to call to one of those states, it just calls to the state machine, which then can do whatever it needs to do. Like, it basically, each thing just runs as its own little child of the state machine. And yeah, it's fucked. It's gonna take some fixing. And I swear it's gonna be like one syntax error that I made consistently throughout that destroyed it, that I'm gonna feel silly when I find it. Wasn't that the girl you scold, or was that a different girl? Akira's a weird one because I believe it was Groka who like went and found info on this minigame. It's Sakura who you always scold. Yep. Even when she's doing great. Groka found something that said you want to always scold Akira and Sakura. But in my experience, Akira mostly is responsive to compliments and occasionally not. Whereas Sakura is the one who, like, you never compliment her. It just actively does not work. Like, I swear it's guaranteed. Just gotta go through the error logs one by one, I guess. Yeah. But I'm having that thing where because of the nature of the state machine, it was giving me a ton of errors, and I started fixing a couple of those. But now it's only giving me, like, one error because it's something that's, like, hitting first, so it's not even getting deeper into it whenever it tries to compile. So I need to fix that one error before I can start getting to everything else. But that one error code is not making sense to me, even though I've sat there and stared at it a lot. So until I have that breakthrough, and I tried like Googling and stuff, and Oh, I could comment it out. Oh, but then I don't know if it's gonna work at all, to be honest. Again, because of the nature of it, like how it all runs. It might not work at all if I comment it out. I don't know. I could try it. State machines are a bitch, but they're a necessary bitch. That bitch that you need to keep around no matter what, even though you don't really want to. It's that bitch. Linked to so many different spots, you don't know what's broken. Yeah. I think it's all broken, to be totally real with you. I think I just fucked up something big and have not been able to figure it out. What's left to change at the club? There are no, like, issues that people are complaining about at the club, but basically we can just keep swapping furniture out to try to, like, optimize further. Like, I know the sofas are good. I know we have the best sofas and the best tables for sure. We've narrowed that much down. But for other things, like, you could change it to where even though people aren't complaining, it could be better. Why not Unreal? What happened? I'm doing 2D for this one. So, Unity. And bro, I forgot how easy it is to make a 2D game in Unity. Holy shit. Like in general, but especially in Unity. Oh my god. Compared to doing 3D in Unreal, bro, it feels, for the most part, aside from like this state machine issue, it feels like it's practically like plug and play. Like literally it's just like I click some buttons in Unity and then the game just works for the most part, is how it feels compared to like what I'm used to. Moving platforms, it's tile based, so it's so easy. It's so easy. I hate the rain. Because you get wet? No. A year ago, my brother got into a bike accident. While he was on his way to pick me up, it started to rain and his tire slipped. If only I didn't ask him to come. Whenever I'm home, it's hard. So I moved out. What the fuck happened at home? I mean, these are like two slight variations on the same thing. And this is definitely the negative one. So I'll just take a 50-50 and say, don't blame yourself. I know, but I loved him. It was always my dream he'd give me his blessing for my husband someday. But you think your brother would approve of you blaming yourself like this? What? I guess not. You should be happy. He'd want that. Kiryu. Okay. Her eyes are huge. Yeah, she's supposed to be like the cutesy young one. Like they literally describe her as the little sister type. When I was in middle school, I went to talent auditions. Did you want to be a celebrity? My friend wanted to go, so I tagged along, but I kind of wanted it too. Did you ever do stuff like that, Kazi? Shit, what did she even say? I was distracted. Did I ever do stuff like what? Talent auditions. Just once. Just the one time. Really? Well, what did they ask you to be in? A musical. No way! I don't believe it. Of course you didn't do it, right? Why do you say that? Well, like, there's no way you dress up like a cat or something. I'm a cat, meow. Could you say that with a straight face, meow? What? That was the good option. This shit is so stupid sometimes. In a good way. Hey, Kazi. I'm curious. Do you like girls with big boobs? So. That was out of the blue. But I mean, all guys are like that, right? Yeah, chat. If you ever learn one Japanese phrase to employ in conversations with native speakers, okay? This is on topic, I swear. Make sure that it is dekai oppai ga daisuki. Just remember that. Say it quicker, get used to saying it. Trust me. Trust me. Works every time. Works every time. More than a handful is a waste. Really? For reals? No need to even translate that. Guess I learned the wrong phrase. That one is good too. But I think Dekai Oppai Gadaisuki works more consistently, personally. Some of us understand Japanese here. Yeah, so you understand that that is like one of the most useful phrases to whip out in everyday conversation. Right? Is what you're telling, like, you understand that. For really real swear? Yeah. That's great. It's nice to know not every guy is hooked on big ones. Me when I lie. It's almost the new year. What are your plans, Kazi? I haven't made any. I've already made my plans. I'm gonna sleep through the whole thing. You're not going out? I think it's good to spend the holidays just sleeping. It's not that long of a holiday. Oh, but I will make some New Year's food. Wish I could relax too. You work on the new year, Kazi? Yeah, you could say that. My last Christmas especially was pretty eventful. I don't know yet. I don't have much free time. I see. But you always look so busy. You should at least rest on the new year. That's true. Damn it, neutral option. It's me, John Yakuza. It's the Dragon of Dojo Mama. Is this like an Owen account? That was bad. I wasn't trying to pronounce. I was speaking it with American accent. You know who actually complimented my accent when I was genuinely speaking with him was Kono. Although he just, in general, was complimentary to pretty much anyone there who could speak Japanese. So I don't know if he was bullshitting me or not, because he's just kind of a nice guy, to be fair. But he did compliment it. So, I'll take what I can get. The other day, when I was singing karaoke, a man suddenly came in. He gave me his business card and said he's a music producer. A lot of guys say that to pick up girls. I'm sure he was full of it. I mean, he was, right? Do you want to become a singer? I'd love to be famous. I'd be on TV all the time and I'd meet other famous people. I want to see what it's like having people go nuts when they see me. Well then, you should practice and then work your way towards it. I know, it's kind of a pipe dream, isn't it? There's nothing wrong with having a dream. Bro, I lost half a heart on that. I guess not.
ちょっといい?
More of making an effort, maybe? Yeah. It's not answering the question. I could see that, but like... Hey, Kazi, what are your hobbies? Hobbies. Let's see. This one's always a good one. Bonsai trees.
嘘.
Bonsai? I don't believe you. It's true. Why not? That's an old man's hobby. I can't picture you doing that. When you get older, you might do it too. Well...
ちょっと.
Hey, you're imagining me as an old lady, aren't you?
もう.
You're so bad. Ooh. Oh, don't say that. With I wasn't really. Ugh. Don't say that with the hearts popping up. I don't like that. We should get a date next time, even if I fuck up here. I think it's like 7 hearts you get the first date, and that is really easy to get affection during. Although, I don't know where to take her. We'll figure that out when we get there. Hey, Kazi, when you were little, did you ever tease a girl you liked? I might have. What about now that you're grown up? Do you still do that? Men... I'm gonna say that I've outgrown it because I haven't done it with her. Using my brain here. I thought so. Did something happen? Yeah, there's a customer who always requests me, but then he just teases me. He might just be using that as a diversion. Using me to relieve stress? What a pain. No, that's not what I said. It would be so much nicer if all of my customers were as kind as you. It's my pleasure. Okay, I thought that was going the opposite direction for a second. Do you think these clothes look good on me, Kazi? Why do you ask? I have to wear stuff like this for work, but isn't it kind of sexy? Sure. Hee, thanks. It makes you look very womanly. Oh, stop. Don't try to sweet talk me, Kazi. I'm on to you. She's at 9 hearts. We'll definitely get a date next time. Progress. Because then once we're done with her... Oh yeah, she's hungry. Do I have any plans later? Not really. Well then, let's grab something to eat. Yeah, okay. Great. You're so cool. I think you're great. I'll contact you later.
ごちそうさま。またよろしくね。
He's so cool. He is. He is so cool. About how I donate her college funds to streamers. Is she overreacting? This is Yakuza 6 Dragon of Dojo Mama on the... Oh, what did they call that minigame? Fuck, what was the name of it in Yakuza 6? I can't remember the actual, like... You guys know what I'm... The cam girl minigame in Yakuza 6. Fuck, what was it called? Someone here must know. Live chat? Was it just live chat? That actually kind of sounds right. Yeah, the typing one. The typing one is what I'm thinking of. Yes. That shit is so funny. I remember like actually laughing out loud just playing that by myself because I was like, what the fuck? Him typing like in all caps, boobs and shit like that. With the little frame of him like using his pointer finger only to type. It was killing me. I was fucking dying playing that. So fucking funny. That's maybe one of my favorite mini games in the series, to be honest. Because yeah, the other chatters in it were also funny. I'm going to meet you now. You can meet me next to Deborah. Might go away. She likes egg sushi. Oh, that's so cheap. Let's go. What's that other chatter's name? That's probably Saijima, Tiger, something. Oh, yes. Fuck. I don't remember, but they're so good. I will never forget 7 times divorced. It's genuinely, like, there's so little to that minigame because it's only, like, the 2 girls. So you play it 2 or 3 times, you've basically done everything, even though there are the different routes and stuff. You've basically seen it. But bro, it's so funny. How did you farm XP in OG1? I'm at the finale and still need quite a lot. I didn't even have to find an XP farm. Like, doing the 100%, I ended up at max level like a whole few chapters before the finale. I think it was I hunt bears. Gives me Puyo Puyo PTSD. Why is that? Yakuza 6 will probably be a really fun 100%. Because, like, it has a good amount of side stuff. The sub-stories, especially in 6, are really good. And it's not a very long 100% from the... Well, from looking at it. From the outside. Puyo Puyo for the 100% is hell. Really? Almon is ass in 6? It's a little disappointing. Do I just chance it, or do I go look at the optimal settings for the club? Because, like, the thing that sucks is that if I get this wrong buying a 1 million yen chandelier, it's going to be like 3 more shifts until I can actually get the right one. But we've come this far. Well, okay, hold on. I can't even finish Marietta this chapter, right? So, like, if I get the hostesses done and I do a couple more shifts of this and it's still not quite coming together, like, we don't need to finish this chapter. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna raw dog it. We're doing it. We're doing it live. One of the chatter names is Tree Fitty. I pulled up the full list. Chandelier. Try the designer chandelier. If this is better, then actually we'll have lucked out quite a bit. To be real. Because it will have saved us 1 million yen if it's actually better. That would be pretty sweet. I won't lie. That would be pretty great. Pay her a bonus. Try to max them all out. If I can. What are you looking at me for? Hey, man. How will YouTube feel about steamy minigames like that during the 100%? We'll just tell them that it's art and that it's educational and they will love it. Works every time. The first minigame like that we're gonna get is actually very close. Kenzan Waterfall is a fucking trip. That's a crazy one. And it actually, from what I remember, gives you really good rewards as well. Like, in terms of your progression, it actually gets you some pretty crazy rewards. So it's basically mandatory. We'll see how it goes. They don't show all that much in most of the games. Yeah, that's true. That's right, it gives you the passive heat upgrades. I was trying to remember what exactly it was. I'm like, I remember it giving really good rewards. And that's right, it gives you like your passive heat buffs. Like the shit like not getting knocked down when you're in heat, or not being able to die if you're in the heat state. Stuff like that comes from the waterfall minigame in Kenzan. I love the way Kenzan did upgrades. I wish more of the Yakuza games did that style. That's like my favorite thing about Kenzan, which might sound insane. It would definitely sound insane if you're someone who just likes to rush the main story and not do the side content. But I loved that in Kenzan, like all of the upgrades were side content rewards. Like everything that you'd normally get from a skill tree, like getting the passive heat upgrades or increasing your heat gauge comes from a minigame as well. I'm trying to remember, like all of the actual combat abilities come from the different training masters for the different styles. Like there's the Kamaki equivalent who does the hand-to-hand stuff. There's like a swords master who does your sword stuff. Like everything in Kenzan comes from open world side content, which might, to some people, be like, I don't know, that's kind of wild. I don't know if I would like that. But the thing is, it makes all of the fun mini games and sub stories and all that feel amazing to do. Because like literally every time that you go play a mini game, you'll play it, you'll have fun, and then immediately after, it's like, oh, hey, by the way, here's a new heat bar gauge. Just your heat bar capacity increased from that. And it's crazy. Like, literally everything you do in Kenzan, you end up leaving with a big upgrade as a result of it. It's so fucking cool, man. I wish they stuck with that style going forward. Because, like, skill trees and stuff are fun, but that just makes everything in the game feel so rewarding. Because a lot of the games, like, the side content isn't bad, but you end up kind of not doing it on an average playthrough because it doesn't really feel like there's much reason to do it. Kiwami 2 has a lot of that. Like, that's the first game that comes to mind. Pretty much everything in Kiwami 2 feels pointless in terms of, like, it feels like you're just wasting your time. The sub-stories give you no rewards. The side stories give you no rewards. You can just go eat food instead. And you'll max out in, like, an hour. Or you could spend, like, 40 hours doing all the side content for the same ultimate outcome. It feels pointless, right? But Kenzan, like, had that shit solved way back near the start of the series. So I don't know why they moved away from that after Kenzan. Because I remember playing Kenzan and being like, this is where they nailed the open world. And then they just kind of backtracked on it immediately. I was like, what? This fucking sucks. It was Yakuza 3 that went back to, like, the more basic progression. And I was like, man, kind of missed that. You're here. So where should we go? Well, let's see. Sushi dinner. How does sushi sound? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Kazi. Full speed ahead. I find it hilarious you can get Tiger Drop and Ishin in its second chapter. I don't think I got it in chapter 2, but I think I got it in, like, chapter 3 or 4, and still was like, what? So early? How about we step in here for sushi? Yay, Tamago, Tamago! Oh, she really likes the egg sushi. Abandoned a ton of good changes like chapter select and Dead Souls. Dead Souls had chapter select? That's insane that they just never did that again. That's actually fucking batshit to me. But in general, I do think, and I respect that RGG tries to do something different with every game. Like, in that sense, it's good. I like that. But they really do end up leaving a lot of their best ideas behind because of that as well. And for me, I'll also have Tamago. It's cheap as fuck. Had long battle replays in Premium Adventure. Bro, why did they never do that again? That's such a good, like, in a mainline title, that would be incredible to have. Kind of prefer Kamaki Parry over Tiger Drop. Tamago was so tasty. I think I'm in love. How in love are you? That's good. What's Tamago? Egg. I had a great time tonight. Let's do this again.
Bye-bye.
Night, Kazi. Did I miss her hearts going up? I must have just missed it. That's what they meant by chapter select. That's so good, though. Thought you would like the 7 OST a little more. There are some bangers in there. I really didn't like it. Like, in general. It's not... Maybe it's because it's not my style, to be fair. But I just... There were some songs in there that were good. Not a lot, though. They really, they just weren't my thing. Can't wait for RGG to put Tupac in Virtua Fighter 6. Oh, I think the last time we talked about the Tupac thing was on a Yakuza stream. Maybe it was my last Yakuza stream, actually. RGG, I think it was Yokoyama specifically, recently clarified in an interview, actually, that, what's up? They got permission from Tupac's estate and from his family. They spoke to both of them separately and got approval and input from both of them. So, like, the whole Tupac thing, for me, I was already, like, kind of weirded out by it, but it wasn't a huge deal to me. But now, it's like, okay, we're good. Like, that actually solved the whole thing. Crazy how RGG can put out a clarifying statement on a character in one of their new titles and actually, you know, solve a lot of their issues with the community by doing so. Funny how that works, isn't it? At what point does a person's likeness just enter public domain? I don't think a person's likeness ever enters public domain. I could be wrong, but I don't think it does. Interestingly. Still kind of weird, but not unethical. Yeah, like, it's still a little odd, but it's no longer a matter of, like, is this okay? You know what I mean? Fuck's sake, don't, no. I can't even take them. 130 years? There's no way. Where'd you find this information? We should be getting the Walt Disney horror movies by now. I think you could put Abraham Lincoln in the game and get away with it. Yeah, I guess it kind of, like, there's no, I don't think there's any, like, literal law on after this many years you can put people in your games or movies or whatever, and legally you're totally allowed to do so. But I also don't think that you can, or that you would legally have an issue putting most people in a game or movie unless they were alive to, like, pursue legal action against you, or they had, like, living relatives.
I'm a twink now.
who would pursue legal action against you. Like on their behalf, post-mortem, right? I think generally you could put anyone in anything, and it's only ever an issue if they or someone directly related to them sues you, right? I could be wrong on that. Still ethical arguments to be made regardless of the family's involvement, because the person themselves can't say no or anything. Yes, they could. Like, they could absolutely say, no, we're not comfortable with that. Also, my sales didn't go up. Especially if they're talking to them and getting their input alongside. Because I don't remember the full thing. I could find it. I tweeted about it. I quote tweeted it when it happened, or when it came out rather, not when it happened. Boys, I don't know why this is the first thing on Twitter when I open it, but South Korea is launching a new top-tier visa to fight their low fertility rates and aging population, just so you know. They want over 1,000 skilled professionals for tech jobs, offering flexible work and quick permanent residency in under a year. For those of you who might be interested. New breeding visa just dropped as long as you are a skilled professional in the tech sector. They'll have you there in less than a year if you're interested. You're welcome. Yeah, the family did give like input beyond just saying that they were allowed to use his likeness. I wanted to double check that, but they did. Where? South Korea. My Twitter is full of a VTuber that may or may not have been fucked on stream. I don't think she was. If it's the one that I saw this morning, I know exactly what you're talking about, hilariously. I don't think she was either. To clarify if we're talking about the same one, did this come about as... Yeah, okay, it is the same one. I was like, was this the one that, like, this only came up in part of a larger discussion about recent controversy about her? I don't think so at all. I don't think so either. Although I can also watch the clip and recognize that it does sort of look like it, but it's definitely a stretch for people to be like, yeah, that's totally what happened. Jesus Christ. $2 million for fancy flooring. Did you see that the UK has fully signed off on banning 16-year-old and younger on social media? I did not see that, but that's probably a good thing. Because I say it all the time, like, I grew up with pretty much unrestricted internet access. I loved growing up on the internet. I have so many fond memories growing up on the internet. But at the same time, like, I don't think it really affected me in a negative way. but I've certainly throughout my life seen it affect other people in really horrible ways when they're on social media too young and such. So like overall, even though not everyone is heavily affected by it in that sense, it's probably a good thing. False grew up with less internet access than I did, and she was definitely more negatively impacted by it than I was. Like, weirdly. It genuinely just depends on, like, the individual person and I guess what sides of the internet you end up finding yourself on. Well, yeah. I like how the well seemed like she was winding up to say no, and then she was just like, yeah. Like, I spent way more time on the internet as a kid than she did. But definitely, like, she was more negatively impacted by her time on the internet when she was younger than I was. How are people going to be exposed to new hobbies? Bro, the same way they always were, like, before the internet, you know? And even then, they're younger than 16. It's not gonna impact too much. Because workarounds? Yeah. I don't know. How many hearts is she at? Is she at 9.5 there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's about to go. She's at 10. She's at 10. Yeah, the telly cable, good old newspaper. Through their parents, like family, friends, extended family members, depending on how close they are with their family, talking to other kids about stuff at school, like... They're thinking of upping it to 18. I feel like 16 is good. 18 would also be fine. Like, what? Oh no. Did I just lose a full heart? We are gonna get fucked because now we have to verify our age. I've talked about the verifying my age thing before. I'm not bothered by it. Like, there are security concerns and like leaks do happen. But like my thing is all of your info is already on the internet, man. You can't avoid it. Like, if you spend time on the internet, it's there. Even if you don't have to verify your age, like, I bet a lot of you put your full name and, like, whatever country or state you live in and all that in your accounts already. Like, in the back end, on the private end, where it doesn't show publicly, but, like, it's probably in there. Like, all of that stuff is already there to get data mined and stuff anyway. Like, if you're on Google already, if you're watching this stream right now and you're on an account, Google already has all of your info. They might not have your license, but they have all of your personal info already, genuinely. If you're watching this stream with a YouTube account, they do. They're not getting any more info than they already have in terms of things that will be accessed in a data breach, is my take. Like, if you start to really dig into the security implications of it, you also start to realize that it's not terribly different from the exact thing that we already have. Imagine putting your name on the internet. Yeah. YouTube got my IP as well. They do. Anytime you make a purchase on anything on the internet, you not only put in your banking info, but you're also, if you're delivering and whatnot, or even if you're not, a lot of digital products will need it for sales tax. You're also putting your personal address, your home address, whatever. Like, they already have all of this info, and data breaches will happen and it will get leaked, but that's a reality that we've all already accepted with all of that info. The ID, like your picture of your driver's license being in there, doesn't actually really give them any more info than they would have if they got into your records right now. It is where I'm at with it. And what False was saying as well. Basically, if you have a phone, your data is out there. Yeah, if you're on the internet as is, like, all of that info is already out there. Low-key bumming me out right now, man. It's true. It's like, genuinely, all of it is already out there. It doesn't really change much to have to put in like your ID to verify yourself. The most that they're going to get out of that is your driver's license number compared to like what they didn't have before. And realistically, like how impactful is that? Makes me look like a mugshot for a prison record. I had to get a new license because I moved states, but my Minnesota license from before I moved a couple months ago, or a month ago, whatever. It looked like that. Like I literally got my haircut and immediately after my haircut drove across the street to the DMV to get my new license. So I had like a straight buzz cut going in my license picture, and bro, I looked rough. I looked like I was taking a mugshot. I didn't smile for it because I was just not feeling it that day, I guess. I was feeling tough. So I didn't smile. I just stared down the camera. My Minnesota license from right before I moved was wild. You didn't show me the new picture? I guess I didn't. I'll send it to you later. Anyway, in high school, when we traded lunches, my brother would always taste mine. When I think about it now, at first it must have tasted pretty horrible. But my brother never once said so. He always said it was delicious. It made me so happy. But now there's no one to eat what I make. You should make me something. What? You'd eat it? But I won't say just anything is delicious. That's okay, because now I'm a great cook. Will you come over and try my cooking sometime? Sure. Full heart, let's go. That would be great. Soothing trauma will get you laid, chat. If you learn anything from Yakuza 2, let that be your lesson. When I was in middle school, I went to talent auditions. Did you want to be a celeb? Oh, we got this one before, right? My friend wanted to go. Yes, we did. We just got this one. Did I ever do stuff like that? Just the one time. I think this was positive. I just need to avoid negative at this point. It was positive. I thought so. I just have to get to the extension point and say I don't want to extend and we're good. I'm curious. Do you like girls with... Oh, I got this. We're repeating questions. More than a handful is a waste. It's true. Not really. I lie. We all traded our homemade lunches. Like with your boyfriend? No, just the girls. We were really just trying to show off. I wanted to impress them, so every morning I woke up early and worked hard. Before I knew it, mine were the most popular. That's cute. And thanks to that, I grew to love cooking. I want to try your cooking. Well then, next time I'll make you something. What do you like more, rice balls or soup? Rice balls. Okay, I'll make you some extra delicious rice balls. You'll see. Great. I still don't understand correlating kitchen work to an insult. It's a genuine life-saving skill. It's just the funny sexism thing. Hey, Kazi. Next time, let's go out before work. Pretty please? Yeah, alright. Great. You're so cool. I think you're great. Yeah. Speaking of the kitchen thing, you lagging? Oh no. How bad? Ooh, that's rough. Looks good right now, maybe? I need new lenses on my glasses. I can read those numbers from over here, but barely. It looks like we might be good now. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. It'll probably settle down in a second. You gotta move again? I'm sorry, bro. It's this ISP. And the crazy thing is, the ISP that I'm with is the highest rated in this area for reliability, which is specifically why we went with them, because they were the most reliable provider. But they have been anything but for me, let me tell you. They have not been reliable. I don't even know how much you can hear. Is the audio good, or is it like full stuttering? Okay, you can hear me. So that was a fucking lie. Gotta call customer support. Here's the fun part. I did. Audio is good, visual stutter only. Okay. At least there's that. I did call the support. The support line is run by an AI. And the AI will offload you to their app, to the chatbot. And then the chatbot, you can't get on with a person. Whether if you call the line or you go to the phone, or you go to the app to talk to the chatbot, either way, you can't get to a human. You literally cannot speak to a human being with their customer support. Just can't. Just can't do it. So that's the fun twist that I learned when I started calling their support line, is that they have fully automated support and there's not even a possibility to talk to a human. Which is insanity. I've never had that before with a provider. Sales from last time were in total 600,000 yen. Tell the AI you're gonna kill yourself if it doesn't connect you to a real person. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it genuinely works in some cases. Bro, could you imagine? I genuinely don't think they even have people on phones, to be real with you. Like, just from my experience trying the support stuff, I don't think you can even get someone on phones. Like, I don't think they have people on phones at all at this point. My job is implementing AI customer support now. Great. That'll go well. False's job is in the medical field, by the way. Which makes that insane. Good enough. I don't think I can scold her. I think I just did. I know AI is never taking my job. We all say that. Literally this morning, speaking of AI and taking our jobs, a mutual of mine, a friend of mine who's also a content creator, messaged me randomly and was like, hey, here's this YouTube channel. Just curious, if you look at it, do you think this is all run by AI? Like, do you think this is a fully automated channel? I look at it for a bit. And it's not incredibly obvious. But the more that I look at it with that thought in my head, the more that I start to see progressively that it is. Like little things that at first don't seem like a lot, but then they just keep piling up. And he and I started messaging back and forth for like an hour. Because we just kept finding these little things. And then I find out, like an hour into this conversation, that he was trying to comment on the channel and be like, hey, are you using AI? And because I asked, I'm like, I'm not seeing any comments about AI use here, but I'm seeing a lot of places on the channel where it says like everything on this channel is handmade, here's proof. And it has like a picture of someone with Premiere Pro open editing the video, right? And what's it? What's it? What was I talking about? I lost it. Lost the train of thought. Oh yeah, he was trying to comment on it. Asking about it. There was proof everywhere. Allegedly that it was all handmade content. And he was like, can you see my comment? I randomly was like, oh, that's a good thought. I go to look in that comment section. It's not there. I go to look at another one. It's not there. Turns out that my buddy who was trying to ask, like, hey, do you use AI in your workflow? He got hidden. Like, to the point where his comments don't appear on the channel. And so I'm like, I can't find a single comment asking if it's AI at all. Across the entire channel. Like, posts, videos, nothing. I look everywhere, can't find a single one. He has all this proof everywhere. Like, in his channel description, he has links to it. In the description of every video, he has links to it. He has community posts specifically just for the purpose of proving it, but no one's asking about it. He's deleting every comment and banning users who ask if his channel is AI. And so we get to the point where now my buddy is like, oh, fuck. He's blocking people from commenting about it. You know what he can't block? If I make a video on it. So I ended up getting myself pulled into like a channel investigation this morning. He's not blocking it. He tried to leave a comment that had nothing to do with it, and still it didn't come up.
A friend killed a lover. It's my job. My job. My job. My job.
Anyway, it's
now
me.
Now is not the time.
It's me, Maiko. Take me out before work. It's the only thing I'll ever ask from you. Please come to Deborah. Thanks for that. Yeah, he's properly blocked. Yeah. So he's going to be making a video on it. He's asking me for input in places as well. Please don't drama tube. Let the other guy do it. I'm going to be in the video to some extent. He doesn't know it. He only started outlining it this morning. I might be in it in terms of like some stuff that I found on some Resident Evil content specifically. I know that he's intending to reference me as a Resident Evil expert in this. He said that he might want people to like get on call real quick to verbally talk about it, like for the sake of the video being better, but he's not sure yet. But if he does finish that video, if he does fully make that video, I will send it out, even if I'm not in it, because it's a particularly interesting case that we found, where like it really on the surface, I could have easily watched one of those videos, especially if it was like second monitor content and I wasn't fully paying attention, and not realized anything. Genuinely, it's pretty good. What are these little things that you can recognize? A lot of like errors, and then if you pay really close attention to the editing, it's just the same presets over and over and over again. The voice, it's an AI voice model that like you can tell. the voice gives it away. I will say the voice is the one thing that you would be like, that's the voice is AI. But at the very least, like, maybe the voice is AI, but it's still a human, like, writing. And then there's just factual errors everywhere. Like, the more things that don't seem significant, like just little errors, but there's one of them like every minute or so. Sometimes even like every 15 seconds or so, he says something that's like maybe just a massive generalization, but once you start to realize how much of the workflow is AI, you start to realize that the scripts are being generated by AI as well, right? If it's short content, it's not. It's like long-form video essays that are being fully generated by AI. Gaming video essays. All of the footage, speaking of the editing, all of the footage is stolen. There's not a single clip in one of those videos that the guy recorded himself. Gaming videos, mind you. Not a single one. All of the videos are stolen. We were even able to find some of the source videos being used. But, like, I noticed that the that the footage was being stolen. Because, like, every clip, like, every time there was a cut in the video, the new clip that you were watching was in a different resolution than the last one. Or a different frame rate than the last one. Right? So it's all, like, all of the footage being used as B-roll in these videos is also just being taken from other YouTubers who are recording and uploading their gameplay in whatever fashion it might be. I wasn't too bothered. He has some Resident Evil videos, and it's a very recent channel. So I had the thought of, like, I wonder if any of my clips are in here, because that could be especially funny to find. But I didn't care too much by that point to actually look for it, but I might still go back and look at the Resident Evil videos to see if there's any clips from me in there, because that would be incredibly funny. Like, for the sake of him doing the investigation and having reached out to me for it, if I could find a clip of mine in those videos, that would just be like the cherry on top. That would be so fucking funny if I could find that, to the point where I almost want to go through and really pay attention to see if I can. Because, God, that would be so good. But there's a lot of factual errors in his Resident Evil content. Stuff that, like, if an AI was just parsing the internet real quick, it might come up with that. But anyone doing actual research will not come up with that. Who is the channel to avoid? I'm not... I will wait for the video, for the investigation to be complete. But definitely, like, on the surface, doesn't seem so bad. The more you dig into it, there's AI everywhere. And the reason that he wants to make a video calling it out is specifically because he constantly tries to prove that it's not AI. Like, all over the place, like I was mentioning. And then also, when people comment being like, bro, the hard work and the grind that you put into this is incredible. Like, I'm so impressed. And he'll reply and be like, yeah, it's a lot of hard work, but it really pays off. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like, he is so willing to take credit and be like, yep, all of this is some real handmade hard work, but I'm glad that at least it's worth it if you enjoy it. And that was starting to piss us off. The more that we saw him in, like, replying to comments and stuff saying that, that's where he got to the point of, like, okay, I have to make a video about this. This is ridiculous. And yes, as False brings up, False. On YouTube, you aren't allowed to monetize content generated by AI. They put it into their monetization guidelines like a couple years ago. If your videos are AI generated, they are not monetizable. You're not supposed to be able to make money off of AI content on YouTube. So it's against terms of service as well. The whole thing was very entertaining. I'm interested in him. Like, I hope he really goes all in on it. We also found a video on the channel talking about the Subnautica, like, AI thing, where the guy was shitting on AI in a video that he generated with AI. So that was a particular good find while we were looking through it. If you're familiar with the Subnautica 2 like AI thing, we found a video of him like talking down on AI use. That was like the main point of the video, but he used AI to generate the video. How big is the channel? Not very big. It's about 10K subs. Not a very big channel. But a very quickly growing channel. Like he only made it like 3 months ago or something. So it's growing really quickly and his videos are getting really good views, but it's all AI. It's crazy. 5D chess right there. Yay, woohoo, it's Kazi. Let's finish up this hostess. This is the last one in Comoros, so let's do it. So, where should we go before we hit the club tonight? Let's see. Korean dinner's probably... She would probably really like bowling, though. How do you feel about bowling? Yes! I knew it. I love bowling. Let's go do it. Exclusively makes RE stuff most of the time? No. He just generally does, like, gaming discussion essays. Like, really any topic in gaming here. I don't even remember the channel name, but I could open it from the link he sent me this morning. I woke up to it. He's from the UK. So I woke up to this, like, literally, it was the first thing I saw on my phone when I woke up this morning. Was his message being like, hey, you want to look at this channel for me? Yeah, here. If I'm gonna sort by popular. I don't want to like be blasting this guy before the whole investigation and everything is done. But it's what we found already is like we're 99% certain that like everything but maybe the editing of the videos is AI. And even the editing of the videos is so repetitive and formulaic with every single effect that we're pretty sure it's just a bunch of Adobe Premiere Pro presets that the guy just got off the internet and is like dragging and dropping in to make the video look fancy. But like, just to give, like, it is just a general gaming channel. City Skylines, how it saved the genre. Resident Evil Requiem, how Starfield lost all of its players. Payday 3 lost 99% of players forever. Slay the Spire 2 outgrew its own genre. Kerbal Space Program 2 killed the franchise. Concord became a meme in 12 days. How Battlefield abandoned the game it used to be. It's just any gaming topic. And the crazy thing is they are like super in-depth, long-form video essays that like routinely come out every 2 or 3 days. There's a new one. Like the sheer output for the level of content. Like if you were doing this by hand, these are videos that doing it the old school proper, like fully by hand way, like the way I do it, takes like nearly a month to make one of these. But he's putting out like 3 a week. If you had a team, you could maybe put out 1 a week on this sort of scale, but not 3. He has 2 thumbnails. Tibby found it. Fuck. Tibby found it. Because he does reuse the same thumbnail format across everything too, so I know Tibby found the right one. No. False also found it. Okay, I said too much. I said too much. Chat, say nothing. If you find it, go look. Go check it out of curiosity. Say nothing. Say nothing. I said too much, clearly. I was about to send False the link. Say nothing. Like, clearly already, my buddy is on his radar because he got banned from the channel and everything for asking about AI. So we want to keep it quiet and then just drop the video one day. So, shh. That was awesome. I love bowling. So, ready to hit the club? Sure. Thumbnails are clean but too repetitive. I would agree. Thanks for taking me into work. I had fun. I'm also stoked to keep chatting inside. I shouldn't have read the titles. Fuck. At first I was just gonna say the games, but then I wanted to show like it's different topics for each game as well. So I started just reading titles thinking like, oh yeah, but that was me being dumb. His 4th video is AI stole all the RAM. Oh, he has 2 videos talking down on AI. Awesome. Hold on, wait a minute. I need to send that to him. Anyway, that was fun. Let's hang out here too. All right. Awful thumbnail. Hey man, sometimes I make thumbnails that I think look like shit, but it's like, oh yeah, for the ABC test, like I gotta have 3 thumbnails to test in there, see which one works best. And I swear the amount of times that I think the terrible looking thumbnail wins, or sorry, the thumbnail that I think looks terrible wins.
Good luck on your journey.
Is insane. Mr. 100 years in the joint. Thank you for the 100. Appreciate it. Really, that's crazy. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That's wild. That's insane. The 15-second video saying, trust me, bro, I made all this, bro, please. Yeah, you've seen it now. Funniest shit ever. And like I said, if you go scroll the comments, you'll see all of these places where he's like, here's proof that this is 100% handmade. But there are no comments on the channel accusing the channel of not being handmade because they're all deleted or banned. It's crazy, right? It's wild. Anyway, sorry. Thank you for the 100. I really appreciate it. Get him the watch fixing lenses. I'm confused. Ace Combat pre-order is set. I'm getting the Morgan, boys. I'm getting it. Oh, you look nice again today. Oh, this is the bracelet thing. Unless you won the algorithm lottery. Well, it's because, like, if you do look at the videos, like, they are structured in a pretty engaging way. Like, I can't say that they're not, because I would be lying. It's just, once you start to really pay attention, they're AI. What about some food, Kazi? I'm starved. Let's order something. Get that fruit platter. Boss is finding crazy shit that I have to forward.
Kiryu-san.
I want to be taller. Why? Because since I work here, I always want to dress up nice. But they don't sell fashionable clothes in my size. She said this once and I don't remember what. They don't sell them anywhere? This can't be a negative, right? It's not like they don't sell them anywhere, but there isn't a lot out there. What about getting your clothes custom made? But that's so expensive. I'll introduce you to my friend's shop. They should be able to find, or to do it for cheap.
それ本当？
That was the good one. Really? That would be sweet. I'll show you next time.
ちょっといい？
With the photos, this is so funny. It is. I'm looking forward to him doing the video. I really, really hope he commits to it. Hey, Kazi, if I were an animal, what do you think I'd be? An animal?
えへ
When I was little, I always stuck close to my parents, so they said I was like a dog.
えへ
Kind of like a cat. Plays games I play. It's back to back watching Chole videos. Yeah, sure, let's go. I'm glad you enjoy. Will you share the video when it drops? Yes. They like to be taken care of, but they're not such beggars. They have pride. I like that. Good. We're just closing this out, so I'm only reading like half of it.
マイコね
Sorry. Japanese country music. Just don't say the first one and we're good. That's the negative one.
へえうんうん
We just gotta get through. We just gotta get
マイ
through.
コね
Oh my god, I love to listen to music, but I love singing even more. Do you like to sing? Okay, I want to say see what she says to karaoke, because I would have thought this was a negative answer. Really? I want to hear you. It's good for her. It's crazy. No one wants to hear me sing. Sorry, wrong voice. That's not true. Singing is so freeing, but the most important thing is to have fun. It's pretty fun to sing at karaoke bars, don't you think? Yeah, maybe. The next time you go, you've got to take me. Sure.
I just want to stick my finger in there. This flap.
What comes after 7? Lost Judgment? Maybe. Kazi.
Inches. He does like Remy. Yeah, I got that venom sign.
What is it? Will you go out on a date with me? I'll bring you a special homemade lunch, okay? Ooh. All right.
それ本当？
Really? Let's meet at the arcade down Nakamichi Street. All right. I'll be waiting. All right, next
ごちそう
shift,
さままたよろしくね
and then we do it. $100 are a bribe for saying nothing against the AI. Must be. It has to be. It's him. He's like, ah, shit. There's a video with 800 surrounded by one with 500,000 and one with 300K. I didn't catch that. What? Hold on. There's one with 800? Oh, I see it. Legitimately, I think it's the thumbnails and the, well, I think it's a combination. I think it's subject matter, thumbnail, and just that hook, like, honestly, is not that good. I see the 800 view one sandwiched in between. I see it. I don't think the channel view bots, because that style of thumbnail consistently does significantly worse, like across the whole channel, if you look. And I think you combine that with a subject matter change and less interesting hook. That seems pretty legit to me, actually. Like, I don't think this is a view-botted channel. I see why it has 800 views, yeah. From experience, when you change subject matter a lot on a YouTube channel, the views do vary wildly. Like, even if your prior video was really successful, if the next one has subject matter that people just don't care as much about, it won't do as well. That's normal YouTube stuff. It might seem crazy, but it's pretty normal. Like, even my couple videos before the Ace Combat video were like RGG Online and Judgment. I think literally, was RGG Online my first video before, or yeah. Was that the video right before the Ace Combat one? Oh no, Judgment was before. But okay, yeah. First couple videos before my Ace Combat 8 preview were not big performers, right? And then the Ace Combat preview, consistent subject matter with my channel, good views consistently for Ace Combat stuff on my channel. Obviously, new game preview combined with that video did great. Yakuza 7 video this morning, changing it back to the other thing that was not doing so well right before. Go figure, it's not off to the strongest start. And I've talked before, like YouTube in the YouTube studio ranks your last 10 uploads against each other performance-wise, which some people hate, but I feel like it's a good thing to have. Ace Combat video was a 1 of 10 for me, as in it's number 1 out of my last 10. It's the best one. My Yakuza 7 video so far is a 10 of 10, as in the last 10 videos I've uploaded, it's performing worse than any of them. It's the worst of the bunch. Like, that genuinely is just normal stuff for YouTube. It can swing wildly. It's totally normal. But 500k to 800 is like a massive drop off. I would still say it's normal, genuinely. He has the auto dub turned on for other languages. I'm so torn on the auto dub thing, because like, on one hand, it's a great idea, and obviously makes it so much more consumable for people who don't speak your language. But then the implementation, if you've ever heard it, you know, it sounds terrible. Like, there's nothing pleasant about listening to an auto-dubbed video. It's terrible. It's awful. It makes it so that you can actually understand it, which is a good thing. But then it sounds awful, and it's like automatically applied on any video that allows for it to be applied. So like, if you opened one of my videos and I had it on and you don't speak English as your first language, the video by default is going to sound like shit for you. Like, and you can turn it off, but it's one of those things where a lot of people won't even bother to turn it off. They'll just click off the video. Like, most people just don't care enough to do that 9 times out of 10 at least. Unless they're like really hooked on the subject matter or something, they're not gonna do that. They're just gonna click off and watch something else. It's YouTube. Do you see the Spiffing Brit video that's 7 hours just to see how many ads YouTube will put into it? Yes, I love Spiffing Brit. He does such goofy shit with YouTube. I love it so much. I'll just give her a present. It'll fill it up the rest of the way. It's easier. We're finally about to get the last Kamurocho hostess done after this. That's gonna be huge. That's actually gonna be so nice. Especially because beyond it just being like the Kamurocho hostesses are totally checked off, also, it's 6 out of 10 hostesses for the entire game. Did the previous check held? I don't think so. Meta's auto dub is ahead. Right? I was just telling False last night, yesterday, on my off day, I came across this like up and coming YouTuber, gaming YouTuber, who's like, he's just playing Marathon. He loves Marathon, the new one. It's the only thing he's playing and making videos on. And genuinely, he has like 3K subs, but he has the best videos on Marathon that I've seen. And it's a pretty small space for people exclusively doing Marathon videos right now, from what I've seen. And he's just starting to really take off. But I randomly came across like this 3,000 sub channel that I'm like, dude, this guy's stuff is great. I love finding channels like that randomly that are like just getting started and like actually doing really good stuff. It's always so cool. What are you talking about? I don't know his name off the top of my head. I just found him yesterday. I'm going through my watch history real quick to find him. Oh, Silua? Cilua. I don't know if that's Silua, Kilua. I think Silua. I think. It's a shame Marathon is in a stiff. Marathon's doing pretty all right. It's not doing anywhere near as well as like Bungie's prior games. But I've talked about this before. Like the issue with Marathon's audience that it's found isn't that it's so small that like a game can't live off of an audience of that size, because it can. But the issue is that Bungie was just bought by Sony a few years ago for like $4 billion. So in that context, the player count is not great, but I do find it interesting that both Bungie and Sony have vocally like quadrupled down on Marathon at this point and said that they're going to stick with it and just worry about that for now. And like, they're just going to keep pumping out updates and new content for Marathon because they believe that it will slowly pick up and grow into like a big thing. Oh, she said to meet her on Nakamichi. I'm so used to all of them going to Deborah. I forgot about that. Is it this one? I didn't look at his @ That may have just been his display name. Does he do Marathon videos? Yes. Yes, him. He does great Marathon videos. Like, genuinely, out of all the channels I've found that do, like, dedicated Marathon content, he's probably the best one I've come across so far. He even has me playing Sponsored Survival some now, which is, like, the PvE light mode that they put in. That I was like, yeah, this is really cool for people who want PvE, but, like, I don't, because I'm comfortable with the PvP. And obviously killing other players is like the quickest way to get big loot drops that you otherwise wouldn't. But he kind of turned me into someone who plays PvE on occasion now on Marathon. I still mostly play the PvP stuff, but once in a while I dip into the PvE stuff because he's shown like some ways to make good money and like faction XP and stuff in PvE that have opened my mind up to it more. So I've started playing it more. Just because he's like been showing off certain ways to approach it that I wouldn't have thought of on my own. Thoughts on the rumor that id or Arcane is being shut down? Arcane I would believe, id I don't. I don't think they would ever shut down id Software. That's insanity to me. This is where I'm supposed to meet Maiko. I guess I'll just wait for her if she's not showing up. Hey Kazi, you're here. I said I would be, didn't I? Know where you want to go? Not really. I do. I've plotted the course and brought us bentos to eat. Oh. Or did you want to take the lead? I'm happy to follow. Woohoo! Okay then. First up, the arcade. Didn't they just announce a Doom DLC? Yeah. And even though Dark Ages didn't perform as well as Eternal, like, to think that they would shut down the studio developing Doom when Doom has been such a big seller for them in like the last 10 years is crazy. I don't believe that for a second. Arcane, maybe. Arcane hasn't had like a big financial hit in a long time. Arcane games are generally pretty loved by people who are into them. Not so much by like the mass market. And even then, people who are Arcane fans haven't loved the last like 3 games from them. So I could see Arcane getting shut down, actually. Think they'll shutter Coalition? No. They didn't shutter 343. They may have rebranded them, but they didn't shut them down. So no, definitely not. Anyway, I love games, but I suck at them. I'm really impressed by guys who can play well. Let's see what you can do. Come on, impress me. If I have to. She's about to get her ass beat. I'm the Y2 champ. She doesn't know. Or Y7-6? Y7. I don't know. I forget. YF6? It's YF, not 7. Okay. My controls legit didn't work there. 7-6? Stop. Ah! Bitch! 360. Head of Xbox Studios is left. I think that is the big reset. I don't think they're going to do anything on that sort of insane scale beyond. The head and, who else was it that left? He wasn't the only one who stepped down, who just announced he was stepping down. It was him and someone else who was very high up as well. Sarah left a while ago. This was news from today. I'm trying to remember. Chief of Staff, that's it. I think that is the big shakeup. I don't think there's gonna be like another big shakeup beyond that one. At least not like immediately. They might be eyeing stuff for the future, but I think for now, that is the big shakeup. At least that's how it seems to me. I win on the timer, too. Why was this not brought back for Kiwami 2? To be fair, Kiwami 2 had Virtua Fighter in it, but I would have loved to see this game in particular come back anywhere in the series after Yakuza 2. Wow. You're pretty good, Kazi. You think? Next up, bowling. Oh my god, we're doing a multi-stage date.
Do you need a friend killed? A lover? It's my job. My job. My job. My job.
It's her job.
I done forgot because I saw the D.
Damn it. They would have to do something that isn't asset reuse, and that's a no-go in Kiwami games. True. No, I was a little worried about not getting all 10 in one go. But she's probably gonna bowl the same thing here. Oh, she got a gutter!
ダメだ。
Oh. That was too much curve. Should still be enough to beat her. But not my best game of bowling. I think we're fine. Do you think they really spent 400 million on E-Day? No. I do not believe it. I think they probably spent a lot. I don't think they spent that much. Because people really like to say that games spent ludicrous amounts. They say it about pretty much every major AAA game nowadays. They'll pull some number out like that. But the thing with $400 million spent is that that would put E-Day in like the top 20 most expensive games ever developed. And I just don't see Xbox making that big on a bet, or sorry, that big of a bet on Gears of War in the 2020s. I don't see that. I'm familiar with the report, but I don't believe that it's true. I have major doubts of it. And people value Tom Henderson's opinion too much. In general. Not a specific statement on this, but generally speaking, people put too much value behind Tom Henderson. I barely won that bowling game, by the way. That was a bit of a mess. Oh, that was fun. You're a good bowler, too. You're not half bad yourself. Let's head out. Sure. You getting hungry for those bentos? Sure. Let's find a place to sit down. Hey, baby, let us come too. Yeah, we want bentos. Eek. What do you punks want? That honey's my type, man. Learn to share. Come on, baby. Ditch the old guy and come play with us. Ugh. I'd rather kiss a toad. We're in the middle of something here. Go home. I'm sure your moms are worried. Shut it, you Lolita-chasing geezer. Come on, let's pound this guy. How's he gonna call me Lolita-chasing in this context? I need to check. Hold on. I doubt there's anything, but always got to give it a look. Self-projecting they are, man. Looking for weapons that might be strewn about. No. Okay. We're just whooping ass this time. The food display? I think we already have the food display. Because there wasn't anything highlighted as possible in that arena that we didn't already have. Gah, he's way too strong. Run, run. Kazi. You okay, Maiko? Oh, I'm fine. But our bentos. Will you make me another one next time? Yeah. You're really strong, Kazi. And nice. Like a big brother. I used to go to arcades and out bowling with my brother when we were young. I missed that. Missed him. So I asked you along. I see. That wasn't very fair of me, huh? I'm sorry, Kazi. Don't worry about it. I'm happy to be your protector. I'm sure no match for your brother, but I'll do what I can. Kazi. Thanks. I don't like how this is going down. Don't worry about it. Hey, Kazi. You didn't get to eat the bento, so... Instead... Can we... What? Can we go someplace just us, alone? I mean...
桐生さん
Come on, Kazi.
行こ
You wanna? Oh. Kazi, you're such an adult. Ugh, stop! Why? You think so? Hee hee. I'm just kidding. But I'm not kidding at all when I say I'm all yours now. I like the sound of that. Thanks for today. I had fun. You'll come see me again at the club? Bye-bye for now. I didn't like any of that. Everything that just happened after beating the shit out of those guys was awful. I hated all of that. Oh. There were so many, like, I kept waiting for that to be over to say something, and then something else came up. Just, Jesus Christ. I don't have to get into any of it, just Jesus. God. It's me. We were together, but it seems so long ago now, doesn't it? I feel like I got all the things bothering me worked out now. Thanks, bro. Ugh, it gets worse. It gets worse. Oh. Please call me into work. Please, for the love of God. I've won, but at what cost? At the very least, chat, 6 out of 10. Hostess is done. Good progress. 60% hostess completion. Oh. Incest, no. Incest Japan, yes. God, that was terrible. Just all of that, man. That was awful. Like I said, everything after beating the shit out of those guys fucking sucked. I hated all of that. You guys think it's bad hearing it? I'm the one who has to sit here and read it, like, out loud. It's the worst for me out of all of us, absolutely. Which one of these? Oh yeah, glass case, display case. Yeah, I do have the display case. We're good. I wanted to check that. We're good on the display case. We have it already. Well, thank fuck. You won't have to voice a chick for several streams now. That was not fun. Did the sales go up? They didn't. I know they didn't. But hey, is that a no to being, or to wanting to be called bro? I mean, in like general conversation, you can call me bro, like you do, on occasion. Like when you're talking, you'll say like bro, fill in the blank, right? Just the way that you talk. But there's a difference here. There's a difference. Because with her, they describe her as being the little sister type before you even meet her for the first time. And then they have this whole tragic backstory about her older brother dying and how she's filling like the hole in her heart left by her brother's death, whom she was close with you. And then she fucks you and then refers to you as bro. The context is what matters here. You see, it's that context that makes it fucking awful. Just all of that combined is like, ugh. Terrible. Terrible. To be fair, in English, we usually refer to siblings with their name. True. Whereas in Japanese, they do refer to siblings as like brother, sister. That is true. Emoto girl, stop. You stop. Would have been fine if it was stepbro. If it's stepbro, here's the thing. If it's stepbro, it's weird. But it's not as weird, right? Even beyond the sibling thing. It's also just the whole like, this guy that she loved died, so she fills that hole in her heart with you thing. I don't love that either, just as is. The combination's even worse. In Japan, it's a fetish emoto type. I'm aware. Also, there's a U in emoto. Hence the pause between emo and toe. That little slight, like, actually. Do I want to know? You missed a lot. Certainly. She fills that hole with you is some poor phrasing here. RGG's been disrespecting the dead since 06. It was pretty good. The occasional unhinged talk. No, it was an unhinged hostess. I got held. I need help. When you type Ramaji, it is. There's a U in there after the first O. It's to... In Japanese, they have a character that signifies that you're supposed to like hold the vowel sound longer. And then when you type one of those words, or you write one of those words in Ramaji, you put a U on the end of it because it's the U character in either hiragana or katakana that they use to signify it, but it's little. It's like half size. You're welcome. So if it's like a long O, then when you type it in Romaji, chances are, like if it's one that you hold on for a little bit like that, like emoto, you hear it? You would put the U on the end of it. What else is half-sized? Me. Not me entirely. I'm a pretty big guy, but like part of me. Certainly. Don't worry about it. Isn't there a difference between like TO and TOU and JP, like different characters and phonetics? That's basically just what I'm saying, yeah. is if it's like just the To character, like just T-O, then it's just like, you say it kind of quickly and you move on. But if it's like To with the U, the little mini U character on the end of it, like I mentioned, then like you hold on it a little bit. You put a little more emphasis on it. It's like To versus Tao. No, it's like To and then To. It's basically the same sound, but shorter and longer. Well, sorry.
Hi.
I'm realizing now, if it's a full-size U character, it can be like Tao, like how it would be in English if it was like O-U, like foul. Like the word foul is like F-O-U-L, then yes. There's like the mini U character that signifies elongating it, like I was talking about. I just had it on my mind there when you asked that. But if it's actually the full-sized U character, then it could become like a Tao sound. Like foul. Or as False would call it, foal. Sorry. One of my favorite things for False to say in a sentence, by the way, like one of my favorite, I guess phrases, it's an object. One of my favorite things that she can say is toilet bowl. Because the O-I, like O-I-L, with her accent becomes ol. Like literally the word oil, O-I-L, is ol. If she says it, accent thing. So when she says toilet bowl, she says toilet bowl. And it gets me every time when she says toilet bowl. Maybe it's also the image of the toilet bowl along with that, but it's good. Gets me every time. Just toilet in general, when she says it, gets me. But specifically when it's toilet bowl, it's good. I made her say 5 bowls of bowl and ol a few months ago on stream, and she can't speak for shit. It's a good accent, I think. I like it. 600,000 again? We didn't even make more profit? You fucking kidding me? Try the European lamp. Go for it. We just gotta try shit, man. That was a lamp? European lamp? Maybe? I like the crystal lamp. Well, that looks good too. What's left to buy? Like what's still available? I believe like a painting, a couple of wallpapers. There's still a type of flooring. There are a handful of things left. Wait, no. Why is the green objective always on Marietta? It just is, I think, until we like hit that point where we can't progress any further this chapter. I think it just will stay green until we totally finish it. Did you see the DM? I did. I'm not acknowledging. I don't want to. Take the compliment. Okay, see, now suddenly She's not taking the compliment, so maybe the thing that Groka found was right. But she has taken compliments before. I swear. Wow. Don't you wow me. If these new lights that we just put in even get us like up to 700k a shift, that would be huge. Unfriended, don't you dare. Don't you unfriend me. Oh, by the way, chat, I need to remember to mention it. This weekend, I am going on a short trip again. I swear, probably the last one. Probably. The last one I currently have planned. I can confirm that much, at least. So, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no stream. I will be back Monday. I will be streaming through Thursday. You're seeing False, aren't you? Yeah. I'm going to False's for the weekend. I will not be home. Friday is the first. Yeah, I will not be streaming Friday. That is correct. Give her a bouquet. I gotta run around and kill some time waiting for the shift to be over anyway, so I can go pick up more. Did you see pics of my PS3? I don't believe so. Planning a bit of mass layoffs at Xbox. Yeah, and as much as layoffs suck, I will start with that. And I've historically been very vocal about, like, mass layoffs are awful at companies, right? I never experienced it myself in the industry. Probably just because I left before one happened, to be honest. But they suck. I know people who have been affected by them. They're awful. However, did you guys hear what Asha recently said about, like, the input-output, like, investment versus return on investment of Xbox as a company? Because if you didn't, she said, I shit you not, Xbox as a company over, like, the last few years is averaging a 3% profit margin. 3%. So, like, legitimately, their return on investment is 3% over the last few years. Which means if their return on investment, like, if their profits drop a little bit, they will pretty much be in the negative. Because currently, for every dollar that they make as a company, they are only keeping 3 cents of it. Which, when you think about that on the scale of that company and how, like I said, if profits drop a little bit, literally if they dropped 3%, they would no longer be making money at all. From that position, Asha needs to make massive cuts across the company. Now, it doesn't have to be laying off employees, right? But genuinely, when you're at that sort of scale where you have thousands, like tens of thousands of employees, shrinking the team will have a massive impact on your spending. So in her position, that, like, I can 100% see that kind of just needs to happen, unfortunately. And it's good that she's, like, vocal enough to put that out there and to just explain that in the public, right? Because generally a mass layoff would just randomly hit on a Tuesday, be like, oh yeah, fucking 5,000 people got laid off, and we would all be, you know, very reasonably upset. But with this situation, it's like, fuck. It's kind of a necessity in the position that she's in. You know what I mean? Sorry, I got pinged for something on Discord. cut the executive paychecks. It probably needs to happen too. Depends, like, I don't know how much she's taking home or how much, like, her direct employees, like the people who work directly with her, are making and taking home. We don't know that, but probably also needs to happen. Realistically, both need to happen, most likely. Because, like, executive paychecks probably need to get cut, but realistically, at least if we just look at, like, what Phil Spencer was taking home, even if she cut her paycheck down to, like, being a junior developer's paycheck, that would still only have the impact of firing 1 or 2 employees. Which would be a good thing. Like, that impact would still be felt, but it's not enough to make actual meaningful change, is what I'm saying. Like, realistically, you would need both. Yeah, what Yuriko's saying is true. Like, if you were to cut, like, 200 people out who maybe they don't need those roles filled, but they're just nicer if they are filled, sort of thing, you're already saving millions every year, cutting out a few hundred. So it's one of those things where, like, probably needs to be both. 600,000, motherfucker. God damn it. I guess we'll try wallpaper next. I can't afford one right now. I'll probably try the gold. I don't see the rainbow being the one. We'll see. We'll see. You need to spend money to make money. They need to make the right decision, even if it means they make a negative profit in a year. You do need to make money to spend, or sorry, you do need to spend money to make money. That's true. But realistically, you can't intentionally take loss to make money. It's a gamble if you ever do that, because the money isn't guaranteed to come back. And even if you do that, you can really only do that for like 1 year. And then next year, you need to be back in the green, and realistically enough back in the green to make up for the prior year. Otherwise, you're just fucked. And then you consider that they're, you know, they have a big parent company like Microsoft, who, if they stop making money, Microsoft is not going to be so generous with them. Like, you do need to spend money to make money, but looking at it only like that and saying that they just need to take a loss to be able to make more money in the future, I think is massively simplifying the position they're in. If that makes sense. Phil Spencer was really banking on Elder Scrolls 6. Hey man, to be totally fair, I would also bank on Elder Scrolls 6. In fairness, that would probably be a pretty safe bet. I think in terms of like trying to change things and get more profit sooner, honestly, the biggest thing that she's saying in terms of both, it will allow them to make more money and it will lead to more goodwill with Xbox as a brand. I think her saying we need more smaller budget entries between these massive premium, like, mainline games in our major franchises is going to be massive if they actually manage to employ that well. Like, I think that's going to be insanely huge for them. Like I said, both in terms of revenue and just general goodwill with the gaming community. Because you think, like, you go from getting, like, Halo 5 and then nothing until Halo Infinite. And even then, like, it's been, like, 5 years since Halo Infinite already. In the last 11 years, we've seen 2 Halo games release. People don't like that so much. If you start doing, like, you know, maybe after Campaign Evolved, in 2 years, they're like, hey, we have the next mainline Halo. Campaign Evolved was something we did on the side. And then maybe a year or two after that, they're like, hey, we did a remake of Halo 2 in the similar style because you guys liked it. You start to even mix in like enough to the point where you get 4 or 5 games a decade instead of 2. It's a huge difference. It's a massive, and especially like the Halo community has been struggling in terms of relevance, like in social media spaces, you know, YouTube creators and stuff, just because there's not anything to make content about, right? Like there's nothing to really talk about. There's just not enough. I know some of the biggest Halo YouTubers are mostly doing content about mods at this point because the community output is the only thing that can like reasonably sustain them. So genuinely, just getting out more like lower budget, quicker development titles like that would be massive if they actually started to do that more. That would be awesome, I think. If I were in her position, that would be like top 2 priorities minimum. It probably would be my number 1 priority would be to make that happen. The only Halo content I see these days are lore. Yeah, I only see like lore and mod content. Ever. Same with Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls is in the same position, right? Like, Skyrim was 15 years ago. Right? Crazy to say out loud, but true. The Skyrim was 15 years ago. So.
Hi.
Yeah. All of the lore beyond 3 is not great. The lore beyond 3 is not great just because they made some weird ass changes. Or take a retcon to everything post Halo 3. I would too, to be honest. And I think there are things you could keep in there. But like, for me, they made some changes that are just kind of baffling to like the larger Halo canon. Like separating the Forerunners and the humans rather than humans being, what's it? A descendant of the Forerunners was a weird ass decision. They did that all the way back in Halo 4, and I still to this day don't know why they would fucking do that. Because like Halos 1 through 3, it's so interesting to get all of those little mentions, and they never outright say it, but they give you like those little hints of like, yeah, the humans are Forerunners. They're just a very separated descendant of them. But then Halo 4, they were like, no, actually, so there were the Forerunners and there were the ancient humans, and they were 2 separate things, but they often, you know, interacted with each other. Why? Why did you now do that? That's why. Why? Things like that got crazy retcons when 343 took over that just don't make sense. And especially like the humanity Forerunner link retcon legitimately makes so much of Halo 2 and 3's narrative just not fucking make sense when you look back on them. Because like they make this whole point of the humans are the only ones who can fire off the Halo rings, right? Like that's a huge piece of lore. It's like a rule that forms so much of the narrative of especially Halos 2 and 3, and even CE as well. Like all of the original trilogy, those rules really change the way that the narrative plays out. Like they lead to the narrative playing out the way they do, right? Shit like Johnson being kidnapped in Halo 2. Or sorry, not Halo, Johnson. Johnson being kidnapped in Halo 3. Miranda being kidnapped in Halo 2. My bad. Halo CE, Spark trying to get Chief to fire off the ring. Chief going to fire off the ring intentionally in Halo 3 because he can do so, and he's like one of the only people who could do so. Those rules make the narrative play out the way that they do, but then in Halo 4 and on, they retcon that. So now you're like, okay, wait. If humanity in the original trilogy were the only ones who could fire off the rings because they were the ones who were descended from Forerunners and only Forerunners could use the rings, but now that's no longer a thing, why could the Covenant not have fired the rings in the original trilogy. Because, like, legitimately, that retcon retroactively creates plot holes in the first 3 games if you actually try to apply it. Massive plot holes with no real explanation. Shit like that, post 343 takeover, has bothered me a lot. And, like, I'm mostly a gameplay guy, so I don't talk about it often. But, like, that shit drives me kind of nuts. Bungie Halo lore is only canon lore in my mind. Cole's preaching to me and I'm fully on board. Bro, my interest in the new marathon has led me down the rabbit hole of really, like, properly learning the OG marathon lore for the first time. And when I tell you that, like, the 90s marathon trilogy story and lore is basically everything that people love about, like, Destiny and Halo lore on fucking steroids, I mean it. It's so cool. It's so fucking cool. It's crazy. Particularly the AI stuff. Like, a lot of the rules that make up Halo as a universe are straight up just pulled from Marathon, like the original Marathon trilogy. They just stole them. They just reused them straight up. They were just like, yeah, we already made these things. They're already interesting. Just do them again. But, like, Bungie never really played with rampancy in AI during their tenure with Halo as a series, but they did in Marathon. And, like, the main antagonists of OG Marathon were literally AIs who slowly became more and more self-absorbed and insane and, like, it developed god complexes. It's crazy. Even the tagline for New Marathon is "Escape will make me God." That's just a direct quote from one of the AIs in the original Marathon, like from 1994. The tagline of the new game is genuinely just a straight quote from, like, the original antagonist of the series. And I went down this rabbit hole recently and genuinely have just kind of sat here like, how did I never know any of this? Like, how has this eluded me all these years while I've been, you know, interested in Halo and Destiny lore for a short time? Destiny's lore is not anywhere near as good as Halo or Marathon for me, but there was a time where I was pretty into the Destiny lore too. The lore with the Hive in Destiny is great.
There. I want boyfriend side.
The Hive is absolutely fascinating in the Destiny universe, but for the most part, Destiny lore didn't grab me as much. Look up Hive lore. Yeah, the Hive lore was the best part. That's mostly what I was interested in, was the Hive lore. That was, like, the portion of it that did interest me. And yeah, the entire classic Marathon trilogy is free on Steam, like, with updated ports and everything that they did a few years ago. I played a little bit of OG Marathon recently as part of this rabbit hole, because I was watching these YouTube videos while I was working, and the whole time, like, getting distracted and just being like, holy fuck, this is so fascinating. That it made me install the games for free and start playing them. Because they just give them away for free. The gold wallpaper is nice. I hope that raises the profits, because that looks great. The rainbow, I bet, looked like shit. Just in my head, the rainbow could not have worked, so I tried the gold. I'm gonna try the flooring. Oh, the flooring was like 2 million. I probably will save up for that next. I feel like that's a safe bet. The white tile flooring, that's the most expensive flooring, is probably a good bet. Even though the flooring we have is good. They didn't know how to handle the Vex, because if they were 1/10 of what they are in lore, they would steamroll the universe. Yeah, the Vex, I feel like, had a good foundation lore-wise, but they were never really able to do what they wanted to do with them. Just because... what's it? If they did, they would be so stupidly overpowered that it would kind of make the rest of the universe feel redundant. You know what I mean? I like tech stuff over magic stuff. Then you would definitely like the marathon lore. And all of the marathon lore, it's funny, they all just straight up come from the games. Like, as you play... Again, I played a couple hours of the OG now. As you play them, there are just terminals throughout the ship that you find, and like all of the lore just comes through those. So just by playing through the OG Marathon trilogy, like, they give you all the lore straight up. It's not like hidden in sub-menus and stuff like a lot of Bungie's later work. It's just right there. And it's really good. It's really, really good. It doesn't have 50 books like Halo does. It does not have books. I don't think it does. I think it's literally just the games for Marathon. And New Marathon has amazing lore too. That's how I ended up in this rabbit hole to begin with. But in New Marathon, it's all through like codecs and stuff, like through the menus, which is fine. Like, you can read it and listen to the audio logs and stuff, and like, it's still fascinating. But I appreciate going back to the original trilogy where, like, as you play the game, you get all of the lore and backstory and all that. It's more like playing Resident Evil and how you get like the backstory of what happened through the notes that you find around, and you start to piece it together as you play. Old Marathon basically does that with the terminals. Just as you go throughout the ship and you find the terminals, you get either like dialogue or an audio log that gives you a little bit more of like what was going on. And it's great. It's really good stuff. I wish newer games found ways to work their lore in naturally like that as well. Unlike Destiny 2, all of Destiny 1's content is still in the game. I said this before, like last week. I'm not even a big Destiny 2 fan. I liked Destiny 1 more. But the fact that in the final update of Destiny 2, they didn't unvault the vaulted content blows my mind. Like, I cannot imagine that for the longevity of like that game just being publicly available, for that game's preservation, even now that it's shut down, I can't imagine that's a good decision. I can't imagine the people who poured their heart and soul into making that content wouldn't want it to be available for players going back to the game in later years. I can't imagine that players would be upset with a slightly larger install size if the game was fully archived and available for the rest of time. Like, on every level of it, any way that I try to look at it, I can't imagine that being a good decision. I just can't. Because even when the game was running, they had the excuse of like, the install size is getting too big, people aren't engaging with this content anyway, we're vaulting it for the player experience. Sure. Now the game is being shut down. Like, they pulled it out of the game, then did a massive update to the game engine, then the old content wasn't compatible. Still, like I said, like, you're shutting down the game, you're working on what you know is one big final update that is how the game will be forever. If you still have the content, but it's just not compatible with the new engine, I can't imagine that they didn't at least have some compulsion to go in and tweak that content to make it compatible again. The content is lost. What do you mean? Is it like lost? Like, they didn't just vault it, they straight up deleted it off of their internal drives and stuff? Like, you're telling me they don't even have it stored at the Bungie office anywhere?
おはようございます。
I remember hearing they don't have it. Okay, so... like the first few expansions and stuff. Yeah, if you don't have the context to what we're talking about, Bungie at one point during Destiny 2's life, they vaulted like the original single player campaign that actually gave you the story of the game, like the launch story, like the campaign that was there at launch to get you from like level 1 to level 20 to build you into the end game. That campaign they just removed in an update. And then like a couple updates later, they removed some expansion content. And I don't know the full extent because again, I didn't keep up that closely with Destiny 2. I wasn't really into it. I don't know the full extent of how much got vaulted. But even that starts to give you an idea of how significant that was. Red War, Curse of Osiris, Warmind, and plenty of planets tied to them. Was it any good? I remember hearing that the story campaign wasn't that good. Like the story campaign in particular. But the expansions, I have to imagine there was some pretty good content in the expansions that got vaulted. Their statement could just mean that the content would take work to re-implement, incompatible with engine upgrades and stuff. Oh, year 1 was ass. Okay, maybe. Yeah, I had heard that the base campaign kind of sucked. I don't know about the expansions, but it sounds like they weren't that good either. Was a revolution like Taken King in Destiny 1. Got you. See, I played Destiny 2 a bit during year 1, so maybe that's why I never got on with the game. Was that by the time they fixed it, I was already out. And I talked about before, I did try to go back to Destiny 2 when they made it free to play, but by that point, they had already vaulted the base campaign. And if you didn't own any expansions, all you could really do was like run around the open world areas and just do the little side missions that popped up. There was basically like that and the PvP modes and nothing else if you didn't pay for any expansions. So I tried to get back into it at one point after the free-to-play update, but legitimately, like, it just sucked if you didn't buy anything. So I was like, what's the fucking point? They could just re-release the old stuff in a separate EXE and everything. They could do that. Like I said, they could, knowing that they were working on like one big final send-off update that would be the permanent state of the game from that point on, put in the effort to tweak the content to make it compatible with the engine. It's like, I get if there are some compatibility issues, but I also get from having worked in dev and worked on bringing things up to current engine upgrades, that's not like you're redoing all of that content from scratch or anything. You're not even doing half that amount of work. Fuck, you're not even doing 3/4 that amount of work, to be real. You're going in and tweaking the small things that make it incompatible with the new engine, which in some cases can be a bit of an issue, but most of the time it's not bad. Like, it's really, most of the time it's not too terrible. But assuming it's like awful, it's maybe like at worst, and this is again me being like generous, worst case scenario, it's maybe like a third of the effort that it took to make that content in the first place, if even. Again, that's me being like overly generous to their perspective of it. Realistically, it would not even be that much. I can't imagine that being what, like I said, I can't imagine it being what anyone would have wanted. Players, developers, publishers, literally anyone. I can't imagine it being what anyone would have wanted. From any perspective, I cannot see that being the ideal for anyone. Should have launched a D2 Classic instead of doing all this vaulting disaster. If they still have it like stored on their drives and the issue is just that it's not compatible, they could. And I strongly believe that they probably still have that content laying around, only because of the way that modern version control software works. Like, they very likely have every version of Destiny 2 back to like the early pre-alphas saved. Unless they are straight up incompetent, they have that saved somewhere. Just by nature of modern version control software, they have to. It's somewhere. Whether it's on a physical drive or in a cloud depot, it's somewhere. It has to be. Because the only way it wouldn't be is if they actively, manually went in and deleted it. That's just the way that this shit works. So if that did happen, it legitimately is their fault. Imagine marathon content getting vaulted. I would hate it. Because marathon, especially now, like if down the line they started vaulting the current season 2 experience stuff, I would hate it. Because right now they have such a good balance of like, they have an easy beginner map that gets you to grips with the basics. They have a map that turns up the intensity a bit. They have a pretty hard map. They have a really hard map. And then they have like the big end game raid. Is basically like the current structure of Marathon's 5 maps. And it's great. Like, you so naturally work your way up as you become comfortable with parts of the game. And it's like, I'm only just getting to the part where I'm fully comfortable with like Cryo, which is the big end game raid piece of content. And even then, I wouldn't say I'm totally comfortable with it. Whenever I queue into Cryo Archive, I still kind of have that feeling of like, yeah, probably gonna lose my stuff because I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. Like, I'm most likely going to lose all of this gear. But it has this nice progression where like you start out, you're really nervous, you feel like you're gonna lose, but you slowly piece things together, you learn a little bit, you get to where you're comfortable, you start really feeling it, and then you have like this moment of, okay, I've got this. I totally got this. Let me go up to the next thing. And you get that like fear and uncertainty again. You work through it, you learn it, and you repeat as you scale up. And it's so well done. Especially because the nature of how Marathon works, you're able to tackle the content at your own pace and as you want to tackle it, like in terms of approach and everything. So it's never forcing you to go to that next step. It's always as you are like, okay, I'm ready now. Then you get to move up. It's really good. So if they started vaulting it, like say they vaulted the beginner map, which would probably be the equivalent to vaulting the base campaign of D2, right? Like they vault that tutorial level experience, then you're suddenly throwing people into something that they are not reasonably prepared for, right? So yeah, I really hope they don't repeat that with Marathon. Although I think they learned. I think with like the player reception to the vaulting, they probably learned not to do that again. I would think. If they did it again, that they're incapable of learning, frankly, because the outcry when that happened was crazy. It was such a big deal that like I didn't even play Destiny 2 at that point. But like I heard about it, and I feel like everyone I knew who was a gamer heard about it. If anything, we have had a very recent reminder that the Destiny community is not that big. It's not the biggest out there, but when they are really passionate about something, when they want to speak up about something, they are one of the loudest fucking gaming fandoms out there. If we have not gotten a recent reminder of that, I don't know what we just got. Like, seriously, the outcry at the final update was a good reminder of they may not be the biggest gaming community, but they are loud as fuck when they want to be. Holy shit. Yeah, Destiny 2 post campaign vaulting and free to play updates and stuff really has a pretty awful onboarding experience. Like, the way that they bring in new players and try to show them the game is not good. You definitely feel right from the first like hour of playing the game that vaulting that base campaign was a massive mistake. Because even if it wasn't that great, like, you need that sort of experience that will bring you into the game. You know what I mean? You just, it's a necessity. And even the new free-to-play thing gives you like legendary weapons and stuff within the first couple hours of you playing as part of the onboarding. So it weirdly just tries to rush you straight into endgame from like the first hour or two of you booting it up. It's really awkward. It feels like shit. It's the reason I bounced after trying to get into it after the free-to-play update. It feels like shit. Anyway, it is about that time. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub, follow, whatever. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other stuff like Ace Combat, Metal Gear, Resident Evil. It's all good stuff. Come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like. Helps out with algorithm and stuff, so I appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so.
Now I sound like that fucking dog VTuber.
Thank you, False. If you're looking for links to anything else outside of Twitch or YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below. Things like Twitter, Discord server. Okay, suck. You're banned. You're banned. Anything like that, it's all down there. Other than that, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you always back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.